previously in the death hoax of FBG Duck.
Secret handshakes, arcane symbols, and initiation rites are all hallmarks of the Freemasons. That's an organization shrouded in mystery. Jeffrey Bear is here to talk about the Freemasons and their history in Chicago.
The more you go up in that pyramid, and the highest you could go is a Rothschild. Right. They're the highest of the highest.
Really?
Yeah, they're the satanic children of Satan.
Wow.
They actually sit on the table and they have a special chair for Satan right there.
So I ended up asking him, was King David and Larry Hoover Masons at that age? And he gave me a smirk. I mean, it's good enough to say that BGD was started by Freemasons. It really makes sense. Larry Hoover is a Freemason.
I look at Chief Keef and I have to blame him for a lot of people's death. That drill music shit that whole wave that he started, people died because of that shit, bro. Lots of people.
What happened next unfolded over less than 2 days. On September 4th, 4:04 p.m., Lil JoJo posted a video of himself and his friend shouting insults at one of Keef's associates. At the end of that video, you can hear someone shout, "I'ma kill you." 7:30 p.m. that same day, Lil JoJo tweeted he was on 69th Street. He was on 69th Street.
He was on 69th Street.
Listen here, Vlad, let me tell you something. Right. You have to understand something about Tekashi 69, right? He, in itself, is a universal law of the world, right? His gang is Treyway. I want you to think about this, Vlad. His gang is Treyway, which symbolizes the number 3, right? And then his name is 69, right? 369. Do you know what the number 369 means, Vlad? It is a universal number. It's a secret number, Vlad. It's a very secret
That's
number.
why that song was so popular.
You get into Tesla and all type of R peoples, you know them things?
Okay.
Yeah.
Man and woman were seriously injured in the shooting, but their friend, a rising Chicago rapper, did not survive.
Told me where he be like 6, told her hit his bone, meet her in the wick, but he ain't. She left a person named Chiraq, you know blinking I don't miss. I let off 2 shots, I hit him in this shit. Now Bonte quick, what you finna do, cause this gon' make the news.
Some months back, during one of his various I'm a Crazy Genius marketing campaigns for the gym shoes he gets most of his income from, Chicago rap legend Kanye West went to the White House and asked President Trump to pardon a man named Larry Hoover, who was the founder, former active leader, and today the godlike figurehead of the Gangster Disciple Nation. Now, Larry Hoover is serving 6 life sentences at the Florence, Colorado Supermax prison that also El Chapo just got sent to, people like the World Trade Center bomber, assorted drug lords, and even Larry Hoover's own former rival for control of the streets of Black Chicago, Jeff Fort, founder of the Black Peastone Nation. Today, the Gangster Disciple Nation, or Growth and Development, as some people call it, the GDs, is spread across the country, but really concentrated in the Midwest and the South in huge numbers. In terms of size and having a coherent structure, the GDs are, I think, definitely the most powerful Black Street gang. Hoover formed the Gangster Disciples in 1969 when he met up with, he allied with a guy named David Barksdale, King David, who had a gang called the Black Disciples. Larry Hoover was running the Supreme Gangsters that came together to form the Black Gangster Disciples.
It started with Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover was a high supreme gangster. David Barksdale was a devil disciple. Devil disciple.
Devil disciple.
They used to be adversaries, but they see that there was 2 kings of all kings that could nobody touch their status, so they united, collaborated this organization to one function, the Black Gangster Disciples. There it is right there. BGD.
Larry Hoover got sent to prison in 1973 with over a 100-year sentence for having a role supposedly in ordering the murder of a guy who stole from the Gangster Disciples. Now at that time, 1973, black gang members who killed other black street guys didn't get 100 years in prison. They often only got a couple years. But the Illinois authorities knew who Larry Hoover was and the power he had, so he got over 100 years. King David Barksdale died in '74 from complications from a bullet wound he had suffered years earlier, and Hoover became the undisputed leader of the Black Gangster Disciples. But for a time, the Disciples and the Peastones and the Vice Lords Maybe the Latin Kings were part street gang and part mafia, with a very strong structure. Over the 20th century, Chicago's political system in general has been intertwined with organized crime. Chicago is one of the most corrupt places in the country. As a quick aside, Chicago rapper Lil Durk's father recently completed like a 25-year sentence for a 1994 massive cocaine conspiracy case related to Operation Headache. That's the case that Jello Banks was trying to get out of. Durk and his father's last name is Banks. Now, Durk's father definitely was not an informant. I don't know if Jello Banks just coincidentally had the same last name, Banks, or he was somehow related. It'd be interesting to find out. I have no idea. The Operation Headache case hit on the morning of August 31st, 95. King Larry Hoover was awakened by DEA agents inside his prison cell at the Dixon Correctional Center in Illinois. Took him back to Chicago for booking an arraignment on federal charges on a government airplane. It was the first time that the legendary gang overlord had ever flown on an airplane. So remember, he went to prison as a very young man. Larry Hoover was found guilty at a 1997 trial, and today, as I said in the beginning, he lives in the most secure prison in North America, the Alcatraz of the Rockies, Florence ADX. Larry Hoover, truly the Black Godfather, buried alive.
Your boy DJ Akademiks, only a few years ago, a lot of people didn't even know his name. He had a series out called War in Chiraq, where he used his editing software and everything else to take clips of things that were happening in Chicago with rappers that he didn't even know anything about, and he would just take it and post and talk about all the negative things that they were doing, never promoting their music, just promoting the negativity that was happening within the communities and things that he knew nothing about with the violence and the struggle. He was just being very reckless and disrespectful, as he was borderline snitching, as he was sending messages back and forth through different gangs and didn't even know it. By him posting a video, they would use it as if it was a news update for Chicago. And if anybody was posting something saying, oh, such and such said this, the rival gang member or rival op would see it and be like, oh, so that's what dude talking about? Dude over here must know what's going on. That must be his homeboy. He must be in contact with homeboy. How does he know that? He was never putting his face out there so they would know what he would look like. He was too much of a coward. Plus, he knew what he was saying was very reckless. He knew the ramifications of what would happen. That's why he never put his face out there. Now, the ramifications was face to face when he saw Vic face to face.
Do you feel drill is like done? Because you also mentioned that you felt you were a little bit repulsed by the fact that so many people outside the culture of Chicago, they hyped up the music, not knowing that real lives were being affected, deaths and other type of madness happened within the music, and the music was a real life depiction of that. Like, how did you feel about that?
I wanted to slap you in your face, honestly. And I'm just seeing you here, so I'm like, this is a tame environment, so I would keep it to my words, but I really felt as if people exactly like you sensationalized and made a following off of clowning situations that we go through in real life. And I think, you know, niggas ain't had no right. You know, you specifically, like, you ain't never have a right. Like, whatever made you feel like you had a space to have a perspective on our people dying on a daily basis?
That's a joke to you? So, when I saw Drill, and you could definitely chime in, when I saw Drill was so hyped up by everyone, I had to give a different perspective of what that was for people to realize that's not cool. And whether you agreed with it, right? And again, you're very close, you're involved in it. Chief Keef didn't like me, Dirt didn't like me. I mean, I think they grew to understand that the content was not just negative, right?
No, it was clowny, it was just negative, man.
No.
Like, come on, boy.
You don't think it was nothing constructive about it?
There was nothing constructive about it, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I really think you a bitch.
Last question, I gotta ask this. Were you really about to beat the brakes off of DJ Akademiks? Because I feel like...
That nigga look nervous.
100%. No, I mean, I planned to whip DJ Akademiks before he ever had a TV show. So I was
no,
like...
internet show, it's an internet show.
Right, internet show.
We on TV.
Oh, what would you like your rainbow to say? What would you like your rainbow to say?
What would you like your rainbow to say?
Let's just go ahead with fuck DJ Akademiks, man.
Yo! Dick Mensa, album in stores on Friday. Akademiks. Oh, shit! Oh! Wow, spicy. We about to do numbers. Album in stores this Friday. Give it up for Vic Mensa. Album in stores this Friday. Give it up for Vic Mensa.
Album in stores this Friday. Give it up for Vic Mensa.
Well, it appears Vic Mensa started a beef with Tekashi just to promote his new single. Now, we remember yesterday, LA Leakers have refused to play Fifi by 6ix9ine, but still it climbed the charts, #1. Well, they also had on Vic Mensa, who, you know, they asked the question, do you feel like 6ix9ine was disrespecting Chicago as a whole instead of just Chief Keef? And he said, yeah, he was disrespecting people of our city, blah, blah, blah. Well, obviously, this guy is a troll. He did this with Akademiks a year ago. Vic Mensa was trying to, like, get some attention for his new album that was coming out. He said it was on site before and he didn't do anything before. So now, all of a sudden today, dropping a new single.
Honestly, fuck all that beef shit. I'm about positivity, peace, and the music over everything. I got a record called Metaphysical coming out Friday. I'm gonna play y'all a preview.
Nah, I'm good. I don't know about that, man. This guy is a little spooky in the way he goes about things. He's very talented, okay? He comes from a real place, but he's clout chasing. He's just as bad as Tekashi 6ix9ine in situations, so he can't really down talk Tekashi 6ix9ine or Akademiks or anybody else because he's just as bad.
So it took me like 2 days to build up the energy to watch this new Vic Mensa video where he has on a Confederate flag dress, dressed up as a woman. This nigga is so confused. But this is the same guy that was threatening DJ Akademiks that he would whoop his ass and that he from the streets of Chicago.
No block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? Niggas ain't outside.
12 it's 3:20. That's when he get his ass out. The niggas supposed to call him in this little short period of time. See how long he stays in his video a motherfucker. Yep. Not even a whole minute. Where I jump in the car real fast. Yeah. That's your boy Tekashi in O Block. Fucking it. In real time. This one here outside O Block.
Already knowing, but where you at though?
Hey, yo, you heard? Yeah, I'm about to pull up the O Block gangster. One time.
Hey, I swear to God. Hey, look, you funnier than I thought, bro.
I swear to God.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
Hey, look. I feel so fucking clowned out because I.
Nah. Look. On the side. Gangster over here, niggas trying to
look. I feel.
From my city. Look. Hold on, Duck. Look, listen.
Go ahead, goofball.
No, Duck. Listen real quick.
Go ahead, foolie.
Niggas try to come to my city and try to play my city like it's all good in games. This nigga was in with a ball drop on New Year's.
Hey, look, that don't got shit to do with us, though, bro. You talk about Chicago and all this extra goof. That'll get your ass smoked, you damn dummy.
I'm out here, though.
What's wrong with you?
Gangsta, I'm out here.
You not out here. You not telling nobody your local. You scared, bro. You got police.
Meet me at O Block in 30 minutes.
Look, our hood.
Meet me at O Block in 30 minutes.
Because you got all the police with you. I ain't getting in that shit. That don't got shit to do with me. He good, because he gonna come to the city and fuck with me. So he good when he come to the city. I don't get it, other niggas beat the other shit.
He definitely come to the city and fuck with us. He definitely good. Nigga definitely gonna run a
He can definitely come to the city and fuck with us, though. Ain't no nigga gonna fuck with a life with us. That's just period. Okay.
Open those niggas up.
Okay. Okay, great.
What's the business?
Check it out now. Well. Now, one of my favorite movies is The Prestige. Y'all gotta watch it, man. Now, the whole thing and the whole premise is this, right? Imagine a magic trick, and by the way, it's about magic pretty much. Imagine a magic trick where I make a bird disappear. Now, they say that The Prestige is not making a bird disappear, it's actually making it reappear after someone thought it was no more, okay? Or like you killed it, but you actually brought it back. That's what gets you the applause. If you saw somebody in half, the prestige is actually putting them back together and seeing them walk up on out of whatever box you had them in. Now, here's the thing, because 6ix9ine's a fucking troll, but to be honest, he might be a magician as well, okay? Either that or a top flight troll or a top flight capper or just a fake and a fraud.
DJ Akademiks has been recruited as an honorary member of the Illuminati. My man's Akademiks sold out. He sold out. He went over the complex and now all of a sudden he switched up on us. He gets complimented by his thick thighs by Lil B, Joe Budden and Nadeska, and I guess it's all getting to his head. Nah, that's a joke, but recently Akademiks hit 666 posts on Instagram. Lil Uzi realized that and posted a screen capture of it on his Insta stories. I guess DJ Akademiks trying to be a troll or something. Ever since that point, every time he puts up a new post, he deletes another. Most likely a much older post to keep his total number of posts constantly at 666. Now, us fans, myself included, realized it and I see a lot of comments about it. As a matter of fact, the post was made on Reddit 4 days ago stating, and I quote, "Today I realized something weird about DJ Akademiks' Instagram. He recently hit 666 posts today, but the fishy thing is he deletes a post every time he posts a new one. That keeps a count at 666. This might confirm that he has ties with the Illuminati."
Come to my attention that it's like you are deleting posts from your Instagram to keep your number at 666. Now,
that's true.
I noticed this a few days ago, but I didn't pay any mind. And now I see it's still there this morning, yet you've been posting quite a bit. So, before we get to the jokes, do we need to have a much more serious intervention about devil worshipping?
Yeah, how my Instagram is ran, it's ran. I'll tell y'all all this. If I don't say it on Everyday Struggle, I don't say it on my YouTube channel especially, or you don't hear me say it on Twitch. While you may assume everything is DJ Akademiks, there are people beside me, behind me, and who help out with other things. I'm not hitting every button, so think what you make. I don't know.
So are you instructing your employees to delete posts to keep your number at 666?
I have no knowledge of that.
So just watch this disgusting piece of material that we are witnessing here. And what I take from this is Tekashi snitch 9, that bitch ass motherfucker. He teaching or already taught DJ Akademiks on how to be an official government informant, man. This shit is sad. Hip hop is going to the fucking dogs, B. This is what y'all love right here, though. Crazy.
Stop telling the world you're greenlighting people and just do what you have to do.
So a snitch gonna tell someone to stop snitching. Crazy.
Because right now, like, when you say green lighting, I send that to the police. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you say green lighting, I send that to the police. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, yo, are you green lit? Wait, Meek Mill just told me in front of the world I'm green lit? Okay, here's the cops. Hey, Meek Mill, that's his count, that's his people. He say I'm green lit. Are you dumb?
DJ Akademiks covers for Tekashi Snitch 9, the snitch trail, yeah, a year ago. So it's official, he a part of the hip-hop police. He's instructed to give up any information about criminal activity within the hip-hop culture. And for all the gangster rappers and all the rappers that call themselves real, stay the fuck away from this neo-maxi zoom dweeby, alright?
Video only on 2. Gunfire in the Gold Coast. A Chicago rapper shot to death just steps away from the Mag Mile. CBS News' Jermont Terry live tonight in Northwestern Memorial Hospital.
That's where 2 people are recovering from the shooting tonight. Jermont.
Erica and Brad, a man and woman were seriously injured. Women were seriously injured. Women were seriously injured. In the shooting, but their friend, a rising Chicago rapper, did not survive.
This was gunshots, but I had no idea where they were coming from.
CPD would later determine someone fired those shots at Chicago rapper FBG Duck, the investigation revealing not 1, but 2 cars involved in his shooting.
4 individuals exited those vehicles, 2 from each vehicle, and began firing.
Close to 50 shots fired before the shooters jumped back into their car. Close to 50 shots fired before the shooters jumped back into their car.
Close to 50 shots fired before the shooters jumped back into their car.
My name is Lashana Weekly. I am the mother of Carlton Weekly, also known to the music industry as FBG Duck. I am here today to ask for peace in the city of Chicago. I am asking that his fans, friends of my son, to please not seek retaliation in the death of my son. For the past year, my son has been on a mission to promote peace. He did several interviews, blogs, and songs to promote peace. Videos asking to stop the killing of the babies and the innocent children. His song, Chicago Legends, was an effort to redirect conflict and encourage the drill music rappers to just make money and support their families. when he wasn't in the studio making music, he was spending time with his family. To assassinate his character as if he was this gang-banging thug, run around Chicago terrorizing communities is an outright lie. And I'm asking his family, friends, and fans not to buy into them vicious attacks. He has a record deal with Sony Records and was just about to finalize a contract with Rap-A-Lot Records. 6 days before he was shot down in this area where I stand right now. I do not know why. It's all right, take your time. You got this. Take your time, brother. You got you. You got this. Carlton was down here buying clothes for his son, whose birthday is next week. Okay. He was not antagonizing anyone on the live video. I do not know where the mayor made this false statement about my son.
At 5:30, the city's crime statistics for July paint a disturbing picture. Chicago saw a 51% increase in murders over the last year.
WGN's Rob Sneed is live on the lakefront with the latest. Rob.
Yeah, community activists I spoke with told me that they're disturbed by that number. They said the violence is out of control and folks just need to put the guns down.
This is not because I don't have a job. No, this is because I got an attitude with you or a problem with you, or we done argued about something.
You see these stories, crime scenes night after night. And in the streets of Chicago, the shootings just don't stop, and children continue to die in the crossfire.
It's a different pain for the mother. She carried these children. 9 months. 9 months. Her pain is totally different. 9 months. And it took you a second just to pull that trigger and take that child's life.
Community activist Andrew Holmes is bothered by the latest numbers coming from the Chicago Police Department. CPD reported a 51% increase in murders and a 47% increase in shootings this year compared to the same time last year.
But right now, what you see me doing is I was out south handling some business. So, you know what I'm saying? I decided to slide through a couple blocks and show y'all how ain't nobody outside. The police sitting on every fucking corner, man. You know, everybody outside of Chicago think it's gonna be a war. Now it's gonna be some people dying. But CPD, they on top of their business, man. This is the aftermath of Duck dying. Ain't nobody outside on St. Lawrence. Everybody pretty much put up plotting, thinking about what they finna do to these niggas. So right now you see me going down 64th for King Drive. Right here on your right hand side, O Block is finna put up, and it's finna pop up. And usually every summer they be out deep. They be out deep. They ain't coming outside them gates, but they be out deep. But as you see right now, nobody outside. Nobody's not even no kids. Nobody's outside. You know what I mean? King Von made it look real good, but trust me, everybody put up. On my left hand side, y'all can't see it, but it's the police on every fucking corner. They prepared for this war that's about to happen. And I just want everybody in Chicago to be safe, because I don't know what's gonna happen after this. I just wanted to show y'all pretty much how the BDs put up. They know what's gonna happen to him, and it's sad to say it, but Duck, you just changed the whole landscape of Chicago, man. You know, with your death, it pretty much made people realize everybody ain't nobody untouchable. Put it like that. But I just don't see Chicago being the same no more. I feel like for the next year, a year and a half, there's gonna be police on every corner. Kids won't be able to come outside and play. As you see, even on FBG Duck own block, when nobody outside, you know, everybody nervous.
Rapper was on social media widely broadcasting that he was here in the Gold Coast doing some shopping, and according to sources, the Chicago Police Department is on high alert because there could be retaliation for this rapper's killing. We now know the man in this video is Chicago rapper 26-year-old Carlton Weekly. 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 26-year-old Carlton Weekly.
Larry Hoover is an example of a man that was turning his life around, and as soon as he tried to turn his life around, they hit him with 6 life sentences. So I believe you say don't tear down the statues. Larry Hoover is a living statue. He's a beacon for us that needs to see his family, that needs to go out and represent. When you have a block leader on every single block, they can own the block as their own. That's something I learned from Jim Brown, from A Mayor I Can. We need to put curriculums for people who really came from the streets, not people who are just trying to set us up to go into a work system or prison system that applies to what people are really going through.
Be they BD, be they GD, be they Stone, be they Lord. They all one nation, in peace.
They was to allow Larry Hoover to come back. No, the murders wouldn't stop, but I definitely think that it would be a change. And that's one of the major reasons why they want Larry Hoover locked up. They want Jeff Fort locked up, you know what I mean? Because they don't want to bring any type of empowerment. They want the youth to go to confinement. They want us to be locked up. They want us to kill each other. They want us to be a statistic without having any accomplishments within our existence. They want that. You know what I mean? But in my honest opinion, do I think that if Larry Hoover and Jeff Fort, if they was to return back to the city of Chicago, would it make a change? Most certainly will. Yes, it would.